I know there's a lot of discourse on VTubers and what mics they use. Now, it's not important on what mic you use as long as it's of decent quality. For example, I upgraded from a Blue Snowball Ice to a HyperX Quadcast. As you can tell right now, my mic is actually pretty good. But it's only like this for a few reasons. For example, it's important to have your mic at an effective range. For example, right now I am pressed up against it. But if I move back, you could slowly start to hear the sounds of my room around me. And this is what affects mic quality. And there's so many cheaper alternatives that you can use to improve your audio instead of buying a new XLR mic with an audio interface which can cost you up to like $300, $400. For example, you should use the effective range of your mic in order to get a good sounding voice. Because sounding like this is definitely not better than sounding like this. And another way you could cheaply improve your voice is with filters. I'll go through the basics with you so you can understand what I'm talking about. Here, we have the noise gate. The basics of what it does is that it cuts out any sound below a certain amount of decibels. So if you have a low buzzing noise from, say, a ceiling light, your mic won't catch that sound until you pass the certain threshold that you set for it. Now, what if you're too loud? Well, we got a solution for that. You can use a limiter. Now, what a limiter does is that it suppresses any sound that goes past a certain threshold. For example, if I were to yell, it would suppress all the noise that would go past a certain decibel range and, equalize it a bit. Talking about equalization, we also have the equalizer. Now, I'm no audio engineer, but this is really helpful if you want to suppress a certain range of sound in between of peaking and catching jack shit. Now, I'm gonna leave this audio guide that a friend found for me, credits to EmmeEmmie, as I use this as a baseline for what I want my mic to sound like. Everyone's voice is different, so you should play around the ranges that he provides for you. This is my audio setup, for example. Finally, I think I should go over compressor. Like I said, I'm no audio engineer, but basically what a compressor does is that it equalizes the levels of your voice, and like it says, it compresses it so that your voice lacks peaks and whatnot. Heads up, this also decreases your volume depending on how strong you want it. And that's the basics of what you need to know, or at least on my standpoint. Just in this video alone, I've used no filters and only utilized the HyperX Quadcast's effective range. Sure, it might be a bit pricier compared to, say, a Blue Snowball, but still, I sound really good with this. So please, I beg with you, if you're going to invest with a very expensive XLR mic with a new audio interface, please make sure you know what you're getting it for, because you don't need to get expensive audio setups just to sound good.